House of Representatives emphasized the need to exempt medical institutions, especially teaching hospitals, from electricity tariff increase and urged the federal government to support these institutions with minuscule grade due to unaffordable bills. This followed a motion by Bamidele Salam, who highlighted the risks to service at medical institutions under the Band A electricity category. Additionally, the House adopted a motion by Honorable Samuel Adedayo to promote local vaccine production, questioning the inactivity of the Yaba Vaccine Laboratory and calling for stakeholders' involvement to reopen it. The House Committee on AIDS, Tuberculosis and Malaria proposed allocating 1% of the federal government's consolidated revenue fund to tackle public health diseases. Chairman Honorable Amobi Oga stressed the need to amend the NACA Establishment Act of 2007 to better coordinate responses to various public health threats and to review the Anti-Discrimination Act of 2014 to address the stigma faced by patient. Uh, well, you know that we actually, a lot of persons were like people in band A, customers in band B, in band C, in band this and that, that this removing subsidy on electricity is not really a way forward. Is putting more pressure on Nigerians. And it seems the government is turning a deaf ear. But as it stands now, they are talking about hospital, teaching hospital in particular, not just any hospital, so that you will not say, I have hospital, they did not, in case they actually implement these initiatives. So what do you think? Do you think it's going to work out? I mean, this is government-owned hospital, and teaching hospital has to do more with state, right? So do you think that they are going to give a listening ear to this, knowing that the bill is actually too much and unaffordable?
You know, I made an illustration last time we came on that the house formation is about interest, and there are coordinating interests that can find expression on a larger scale when it finds its way to the house. So this call is also interest driven to ensuring that teaching hospital, particularly government-owned teaching hospital, get a respite from the categorization of the electric consumption, be as by the subsidy removed on electricity. It will be debated as expected, and then the economic benefit will also be, because the call there, the hook-up call there is that lives will not be lost. Service delivery will be, there will be quality service delivery, and of course that will enhance the operation of the hospital. Well, if that call, you know, depending on the volume of the figure we are looking at, because you also know that this teaching hospital don't render charitable services. They also charge the members of the, or even though a bit lower than that of the private practice or state-owned, you know, facility. But there again, it is when the stacks is presented to the table and we see the chunk of what power generation or consumption is taken from the revenue base of the facility, that will now begin to say, okay, a call can be reviewed, or that call or suggestion can go away. It will be a good thing. Nigeria will be, beneficiary of for it. But there again, if the intention of removal of subsidy is hinged on allowing market forces to determine, the pattern in that sector, then it's another kettle of fishing, means that you can go, but you can't go far. You know, even though it's an essential services rendered to the public, but you also know that the moment subsidy is removed, it means that market forces will be allowed to have its way. But there again, it's a laudable call, But there again, for me, I would think I will want to look at the figures, the aftermath effect of the figures, because if you want these gencos or service provider want them to break even and make profit, then you should not be untwisting them and determining the kind of service or services they should render. I think they should just allow the market to find expression as being designed through the template. That if you are in this category of client and customer, remember assurance was given that there's a level of consumption of power that will be made available to you. So if you consume that much,
you have to pay for it.
You have to pay for it.
Okay, but when you're saying that the call is laudable, is it because it's a teaching hospital? What happened to other hospitals? Because this is not the only hospital that...
because of the uniqueness associated with teaching hospital, because all angle or all facets of medical know-how and expertise is available there, concentrated there.
And because of that, do you know that some teaching hospitals are even more expensive than government-owned hospital?
We are talking about government-owned hospital and teaching hospital, all encompassing. Everything has to do with medical. You have experts, you have consultants. Matters can be treated, and if matters cannot be treated there, of course, why are you going there? So basically, like I said, it's interest. And if it's further debated beyond reasonable doubt as to why the call can get followership or support as it should, it will fly. But if it does not, that's why I say it boils down to the figure, because you probably want to look at the statistics.
Okay.
If the statistics is favorable, that you will still be within the threshold of breaking even, and then you can do some review, because it's saying that the call is that government should help subsidize, meaning that it's not entirely free, meaning that government will be the one that is pulling out some, concentrated fund in that space, that if you are paying 70, we'll pay 30.
Is this actually different from what Nigerians have been clamoring for all this while? Is it different? Is it because this one is hospital?
You cannot, you may not be able to evaluate the enormity of who is benefiting and who is not benefiting. Except you see the stacks. The stacks for me will speak volume, because that will tell you what's coming in, who is benefiting, what demograph and all that stuff, and how many do we have, and what's the cost of doing or carrying out such intervention, because it's an intervention. Government is also at liberty to decline or approve.
But are they even supposed to wait for people to request for this before they do something about it? Is it that they do not know?
No, they might not,
They might not know that it's affecting the hospitals.
That's the point here. Now, let's use your organization. Is it everything that is happening in this premise that you know? You don't know. So
not everything, but there are some vital things. I mean, we're talking about health. We're talking about before they decide that they want to remove subsidy on electricity. I mean, they should take some things into consideration.
It's also telling us that there is a feedback that is not palatable. And that's why that argument or that call, that appeal, that passionate request is coming up. I told you something last week that I'm looking out for a system where it will take, my entry in such a manner that, I have. So you may not be able to have privy to that. Okay. But if some persons bring it to your, and that's the essence of the formation of the house, you bring varying national interest or matters that require national intervention to the floor, and it will be debated, and then if you have a superior argument to allow it front, by all means you get approval. So that's how it works.
All right, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll just go on a very short break. Do stay with us.